How you doing, my friends? Welcome to yet another top 5 video here on the Jovenshire channel. Now, we cover all things like superheroes, video games, comic books, TV shows, and today we are talking about one of our favorite conventions, E3. Is that a thing? Do people do that? Anyways, before I jump into the top 5 itself, I just want to say that if you're new to the channel, thanks so much for stopping by. And if you'd like, I couldn't recommend more, subscribing to the channel, because if you like this video, I guarantee you're going to like the other videos that we do here on the channel. We do magic, we do some gameplay stuff, some news on TV shows, all that fun stuff here on the channel, so subscribe, you crazy fool. Now, jumping into my top 5 for the week. Yes, E3 is literally right around the corner. Sundays, we get all the big presentations with all the giant trailers and the first looks and the world reveals, and I'm excited. I will be down there for a lot of it, so expect next week for there to be some videos on it. But I try not to get too hopeful at these conventions because I'm like, I don't want something so hard and then not get it and then just be disappointed. Like most things leave me in my life, but I try, like I said, I try not to get that excited until, well, about a week before, and I'm like, what if they do this? Ooh, what if they announce this? Ooh, what if they say this? So instead of keeping it all bottled up inside, I'm gonna do what a therapist would tell me to do, and I'm gonna talk to someone about it, and that someone is you guys, and we're going over the top 5. Oh, please, gimme this for E3 2019. Is that a real title? Yes, it is. Why? Because it's my video and I make the rules. Let's get going. Now, number 5 on the list, I will be talking about this, and I'm going to say it every goddamn year till I am blue in the face. Number 5 on the list, please, oh please, oh please, just finally give us Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 re-release on HD, because here's the thing. 1, I played recently. I played it recently. I tried to play through it. It is not a good game anymore. The story is great. The world is fantastic. The lore is awesome. Gameplay-wise, mechanic-wise, not good. Last year we got earlier this year we got Resident Evil 2 re-released, built from the ground up, and it showed that there is a want for games like this. Something that we loved so much when we were younger and wanting to experience it again in a way that we could have never imagined back then. So, BioWare, come on, man. I don't even think Mass Effect 1 was ever even released on PlayStation. They only got 2 and 3. So they need this. They want this so bad. God damn it, just give me Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 HD, bring it back, open up some multiplayer online servers, because that's all I want in my life. It's such a great, fantastic game, and I can't recommend someone to go and play the first one. It's not possible. Unless you've got the nostalgia goggles on, not good for a new player. So this is how we fixed it. That's number 5 on my list. What's next? Rocksteady just killed it when it came to creating a perfect superhero game with the Batman Arkham games. I love Arkham Asylum. It's probably my favorite. City was good. Arkham Knight, it's not bad. It's not bad. The tank stuff got a little repetitive. I don't know if I needed it, but everything else in the game was absolutely perfect. But we know that Rocksteady is working on another DC game. I remember a long time ago I was talking about how I would love to have seen a Green Arrow game at the time. I don't think we'll get one of those. Will Rocksteady announce at this E3 their next DC game? I think so. And here's what I really want. I want another Arkham game. I want Batman again. Now, is that greedy that I want another Batman game? Maybe, I don't know. But there's something that I wanted every single time and never got it. I want Batman to be a co-op game. Now, I'm not saying that the whole game has to be played with Batman and Robin, but give me a game mode. Give me a separate storyline where I can play with Batman, Nightwing, Tim Drake, Robin, because in the other games, actually there was the multiplayer stuff where you got to play as Batman against goons, and that was cool. And the takedown missions were nice, but it had all these other characters, but it was never co-op. And I just want a co-op stealth game because I love co-op games, and maybe we live in a time where we don't really get those co-op games anymore. So number 4 on my list is just another Batman Arkham game, but in this case I need to have a co-op mode. That just, please, co-op Bat Family DC Rocksteady video game, and I would be so happy. There's only 3 things that would make me more happy than that. And why don't we go to number 3 on our list is, well, this is a game I'm actually really surprised. It's a franchise I'm surprised we haven't heard from in a long while, and it's from Ubisoft, and that is Splinter Cell. I never thought I'd like the Splinter Cell games, and then I got into the Splinter Cell games, and I just like fell hard. Again, kind of talking about the Batman stuff, I love a good stealth game. I love a great stealth game. And the Splinter Cell games just made me feel like so much of a badass. I liked those games more than I liked the Metal Gear games because I felt rewarded when I was going through and being all stealthy and finding cool ways to be stealthy and take people down. Whereas in Metal Gear, if you like have one explosion goes off, it's just an infinite amount of bad guys chasing after you now. But that's neither here nor there. I just want to see, what was it, Sam Thorne? Was that the guy's name? Nope, Sam Thorne, that's an actor or something. Sam Fisher. Sam Wise Gamgee. I don't know. Or I think his name was Sam, but he was voiced by Michael Ironsides, and that was pretty dope. I don't know, man. Just Splinter Cell, I'd like to see that come back because, again, talking about Batman, it had a fun co-op mode that, a whole separate co-op story mode where it was all stealth takedowns. You can mark characters or mark people to attack with each other there. It was fun. I'd like to see that franchise back, and I'm surprised that it hasn't. So I think that's a safe get. I couldn't imagine a world where Ubisoft wouldn't bring back Splinter Cell, but I'll wait patiently for it. All right, number 2 on the list. We're getting pretty up there with the wish list here. And I think actually this one's going to be a little controversial. I think a lot of you guys are going to argue with me on this one. But I want, at the EA presentation, for the lights to go dark, and then all of a sudden, the Star Wars music hits. Oh my God, you hear the fanfare, and it just gets you excited. And you're thinking to yourself, like, oh, we're gonna see the Respawn game, right? The new story-based game. And then you realize it's not that. I want them to announce, here we go, Battlefront 3. That's right, number 2 on my list is Battlefront 3. Now, again, before you start your hate comments, 2 had its problems. 100% had its problems. It also made a buttload of money. It did. And I hope that they learned, though, from the community backlash. And I hope that they can fix and do all the things right with 3, because I think 3 has the potential to be this perfect game. And that's the thing, though. If they do 3 and if they announce it, they 100% need to make the perfect Battlefront that makes everybody happy. So imagine this, that trailer hits, right? Gets dark, the music hits, you hear the Star Wars fanfare, you see a soldier running down, I don't know, Geonosis or something, or maybe Camino, or just some outdoors map, and he's shooting, just a rebel, and he's shooting some stormtroopers while he goes, taking some shots, picking up weapons, taking some more shots, and you see to your right, maybe some ATSTs that are just like there, and you can actually go in and take one. That's right, Battlefront 3 implements vehicles that are already on the map. What? The point system is good also, so you can jump into a few things, but hey, it's there if you want to jump into a vehicle to do some damage. But more importantly than that, you look over to the left, and the character then sees in a docking bay an X-Wing, so he runs for it, takes out a few more stormtroopers, gets into the X-Wing, and then just starts to take off. Maybe blasts a few people off there in around the map, and then starts to move towards the sky and just belts it. I don't know, punches it, there you go, and breaks the atmosphere into space, and you get into space, and all of a sudden you see 2 giant capital ships, one for Republic, or one for the Empire, a bunch of other starships flying around shooting at each other, and then you see this ship actually taking out going into some dogfights, taking out some other ships, and then blasts through the shield bay doors into the Empire ship and crash lands, and then gets out of the ship. Now he's back into first person, he's got his gun, he's taken out a few stormtroopers, and then trying to make it through the ship, the doors slide open, and then there's Vader, lightsaber extended, does a force choke, and you see the guy reaching for his neck, and then cuts to black. Battlefront 3, from ground to space, seamless transition, and then the crowd will go wild. I got goosebumps. That is my wish, because They know what they need to do to make a perfect Battlefront game. Give us a game mode that goes from ground to space seamlessly. On the new consoles, there's no reason they couldn't pull that off. And I think you could win over the audience. So that's my number 2. I want to see Battlefront 3 announced. But how do you top Battlefront 3? I'll tell you, with number 1 on our list. Now, when it comes to giant, amazing presentations at E3, you think PlayStation, you think Xbox, even at EA, you get some big ones. And Nintendo always has their Nintendo Direct where they announce something big, and it's always, you get your Nintendo fix. Is it anything to ever steal the show? Sometimes it does happen, and I think that they have the potential to do that again. There's a lot of great games coming out on the Switch. I absolutely love the Switch. It is one of my favorite consoles of all time. But with the great games that are coming out in the near future, it's missing something. It's missing my number 1 big want from E3. It's for Nintendo to announce a giant backwards library in the Nintendo eShop. Currently, with the online service, I believe you can get like a bunch of different NES games that you have access to, and that's great. But especially since Nintendo isn't going to be doing a Nintendo 64 Classic, allegedly, N64, GameCube, Super Nintendo, even if you just stick with some of the first-party games, there are so many great titles that people will pay money. I am people, and I want to give my money to play some of these old games. Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3, yes, please. Maybe some third-party titles that were maybe a little bit more obscure that I'd like to go back and try again. Like Mickey Mania, that was a lot of fun. I just think that Nintendo's got the money to pull it off. Like, let's have a giant backwards eShop where we can look at some of the games from the past and be able to jump back into them and be able to play on the Switch on the go. It's portable. I love it so much. I would spend so much money on games. I would literally play Final Fantasy VI for like the 7th time on the Switch if allowed to be able to download it there. We're seeing a bunch of games pop up on the Switch from third parties, and I think this is just a great way to go back in time and relive some of our favorite games that haven't been released anywhere else in a long time. This is my E3 wish list. This is me specifically telling you guys what I want so badly. And maybe this is the year, maybe it'll be my Christmas where all 5 things on this list get announced finally. Because I'm tired of asking for a Mass Effect in HD. Come on, I'm just tired of asking for it, so please just give it to me this year. But now I want to hear from you guys. What do you want to see from E3 this year? Let me know in the comments below, because I want to talk to you guys. I want to hear from you. E3 is right around the corner. I'll be talking about all the big things that come from it. I got a very special vlog that I can't tell you who's going to be guesting in it, but it's a legend in the gaming industry, so get ready for that. That's it for me, though. So again, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, sign up for notifications, all that fun jazz. And until the next time, guys, I'll see you later.